Hey, y'all. Happy Wednesday. I had to think for a moment of what day it was. This week's been a busy week. I don't have the energy to read through the rest of the complaint today just because I'm still feeling a little short winded. But I am going to do some deep thoughts with Beddy because Beddy just keeps on keeping on. And we're going to talk about it. Hey, y'all. I kind of popped in on all of you again, like I normally do. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Forever Army. Hey, Jeffrey. Hey, Sharon. Steph. Revival. Hindsight. Mal. I'm going to have to go in. It's getting windy out here. Hey, Mal. I hope everything's going well. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Claus. Bo. Are you nuts? Margot Go. Catherine. Ghoulie Ghoul. Cash. Chico. Bombs Becca. Smiles. Peg, you have been with me for 20 months. Thank you so much for being here for 20 months with me. Seriously. Seriously, much appreciated. Hey, Miss Britt. Pika. Sorry, guys. I popped in on you again. I didn't schedule this one out very far. Hey, Connie. Hey, Donna. Little League Day. Yes, of course. Betty's still at it. Betty's still at it. Hey, Chaz. Hey, Opa's Angel. Before we get started, how are you guys all doing? How are you doing? Hey, Trish. Hey, not that Karen. Hey, Handmade Love by Dawn. Twin Thing. Y'all, I promised you we will get back to the readings. I just still am a little winded and a little congested. So give me a moment. I'll be back to it tomorrow. But it's a lot of reading. A lot of freaking reading. So everybody doing okay? Hey, CK. Stressed? Sorry, Mal. I'm sure you are actually. Doing great in New Orleans? I'm doing great. It's actually cool here today. I'm going to tell you guys. You called me and Cash. What's new? You always call me names. I'm crying in my Kleenex. I'm good, Connie. Not feeling great today. Peg, we enjoy having you here. Hey, Marie. Hanging on by a thread. Ugh. Cash. Trust and believe. You know all of if you knew a quarter of it, let me just say that, Cash, you probably wouldn't. Anywho, maybe what? They can if they want. I'm coming in. Hey, Cammy. Hair wash and day. I should show you my hair bombs, Becca. You would crack up. It's a mess. It's like 4 feet off my head right now. It's a nice cold day there. Okay. Yeah, let me know, Mal, how everything's going, please. Been thinking about you. Hold on. 73 degrees here today. So nice. I actually have a sweatshirt on. Ugh. Marcy, that's always the worst, adjusting to new meds. Hey, Sasha. Hey, Chap. Love you too. Hey, Peanut Chill. Oh, that's really cool, Opa's Angel. That's really cool. Or cool. Clue. Oh, Cool. Yeah, Cash, consider yourself just, yeah, just stay that way, please. Hey, X, because trust and believe, it just fucking the wheels of the bus just keep falling off. And it's like, you know, right, Roxy? I posted that the other day. Did I tell you guys? Tail end of bronchitis. You get snow tomorrow. No, keep that shit. You can keep that shit. I don't want that shit. Nope. No. Oh, Becca, I put the crimper to my hair. And let's just say it did its thing, but it's not doing its thing. Oh, that's hard, Chico. That's really hard. 42. Isn't that crazy, Peanut Shell? We're finally getting some chilly weather. Hey, PJ, second chance. I figured I'd just talk to you guys for a few minutes before we get this going. It did, Chaz. The oven door open in your yard today. Your Kiwi mate, nothing's changed there. Hey, Twist, 74 there. Hey, Tonka. Oh, sending you all the positive and healing energy for your foot surgery tomorrow morning. I hope it goes well. You have bronchitis too? Gosh, it's going around, y'all. It's humid today. Yeah, it's not here. It's always dry here, but unless we get like a freak rain, I'll show you a Twist in just a minute. Hey, Whispers in the Shadow. Hey, Zoya. Remember the old school crimpers? Well, I have one from when I was like in high school, but you should see I don't know what was happening today, but I'll show you guys what happened. Hey, Lisa G. You got 6 inches of snow in Wyoming. Ugh. Lisa, I remember going trick-or-treating with a full snowsuit on underneath this one particular clown costume that all of my siblings wore. I'm the youngest of 3. And all of us wore it, but it was big enough so our complete snowsuits and all of our mittens and stuff and snow boots could fit under it because I grew up in North Dakota and Montana, and we always had snow. Hey, Dentneys. It's really weird now. Like my girls, they go trick-or-treating in like 80-degree weather. And I'm like, you don't even understand. I walked 6 miles uphill both ways to get that one candy bar. They just don't understand. You're out of the loop on bets. Unfortunately, nothing changes over there. Nothing changes. Hey, Shally. Still 6 miles. I'm sorry. You're still sick. Hey, Janice. That's right. You're Kiwi mate. It's your summertime. Ew, Mal. Yeah, you can keep that shit. Hey, Debbie. I hope your trip to visit the grandkids is amazing, Debbie. I hope you enjoy every minute of it. Chico. Ooh, Roxy. That sounds like a tincture. You've had snow in Indiana a couple times already? Ugh, through the snow with no shoes on, right? Do you remember those stories, Mel? Twist, not really. No, no, not particular. Just, I tell you what, my brain hurts. My brain hurts from even this YouTube app lately. It just keeps hurting. And it doesn't seem to get any better. And I just kind of sit here in this like state of drool, rocking in the corner going, are we really here again? Are we really doing this? We are. We're right back to where we started. Hey, Candace. Hey, Electro. Hey, Brantley. Good to see you. Oh, PJs. I will say Utah in the winter is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's harsh. I mean, not really. The last few winters were pretty mild when we lived there, but it is beautiful. Hey, Anita Dick. We're good, Cash. We're good. We're good as always. Nonsense flew over the cuckoo's nest. That's probably. I'm a feature in your latest song, You're Kiwi Me. I'm scared. You don't miss the snow either, Jeffrey. Do you like the humidity though, Jeffrey? Honest question. I don't think I could handle the fucking humidity if I'm being honest. And the worms ate into her brain. Twist. Yeah. Oregon's beautiful. I love the Oregon coast. Hey, Lady K. Happy Halloween to everybody tomorrow. I think Duchess is doing a Halloween party still on the 1st. So if you guys would like to dress up, I don't think there's a necessary theme. If she pops in here later, I'll ask her or remind me to ask her. I think it's just I've got a costume, and if everything goes well and I'm feeling up to it, I will definitely be there. It's not really a costume. It was going to be for my roast, but I'll wear it for that. Almost 80 yesterday and snow tomorrow. Yeah, see, I don't. No. I'm sure, Becca. I'm sure you're not. All right. Hulk Hogan. Your son's birthday tomorrow. Your Kiwi mate. Okay, thank you. Cash, stop shaming me. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna go get your kid. I'll go get your kid, and she'll be like, "What'd you do to Cash? What'd you do to Cash? Why is Cash mad at you?" She always takes up for you. It's some bullshit. Telling you what. Here, I'll show you guys my hair right quick. What up, LFT? What up? It's some straight bullshit, Cash. You know it. Look at that. It's all. That's a head of hair. I feel like an 80s rock band right now. The old school crimper real got me. Look how big that is. The bigger the hair, the bigger the hoe. I mean, is that how that goes? It's such a mess today. It's got way too much body. It's like, poof, there she be. No, I can't even go out looking like this. I have to pull it back in a ponytail because it's just like, right, Peg? That's what I'm saying. Opa's Angel. I love me some Aquanet, though. I use old school cheap hairspray. Love the Aquanet. And this has got nothing in it. This is no product. This is just what it did with that crimper. That's it. That's all it did. Like it just, that's it. That's what happened. I know. I told you guys. It's one of those days. Thanks, Bo. Oh, it's the bigger the hair, the closer to God. Oh, I thought it was the bigger the hair, the bigger the hoe. Oh, that's on the hoops. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. I don't have hoops on today. I don't even have earrings in today, which is really weird. If you know me, you know I always have earrings on. Earrings in my rings. I know, Cash. I'm telling you. I told you guys it wasn't good. You came up in the 80s? Hey, you know what? We got to work with what we got, right? Cash, I got a perm once. Well, there's that. Thank you. I got a perm one time and it fell out. It fell out within 2 days. My hair will not, because my hair is so fine and like it doesn't hold shit at all. It is so fine. It is ridiculous. LFT, I understand that one. All right, let's get into this. Hey, in my opinion, rave. Smiles, I think that's what I got upstairs, actually. I think that's what I got. You guys are so funny. Revival, that reminds me. Who was in here when I was talking about my underwear? Who was in here? Where was I? I think we might have been in AMS. Larry, a lot of people have said I look like Megan Trainor. It's the nose. It's because we have a very similar nose, but she's way prettier. She's also like 10, 15 years younger than me. But hold on. I was talking about an autographed pair of underwear. I don't remember whose channel we were on now, though. I think it might have been AMS. And I said, we were talking about the 80s and 90s. And I said something about the Great White. Sammy, I'm out of breath even walking up the stairs. The Great White. To Becky. They drew a camel toe. I wasn't lying. The last concert I went to, that was some of the merch you could purchase, and that's where they signed and drew. I was like, all right then. Here we are. Yep. There's that. Autographed undies, right? Right. Smiles. Crazy shit. I have had some crazy experiences. Ooh, electro. Gaming as in like gambling or video games? Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Our friend Beddy is up to it again. This one is probably going to be a little triggering. Sorry, yes, I am out of breath. Ignore me and my breathing today. Just, I'm good over here. Here we go. Trigger warning. She's going to set it all off.
Guys, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's doing well as hell's bells out there. Just want to know.
What was that? Well, yeah, out there. Oh, Betty, here we go. This is going to be a long day.
I'll let you guys know I am officially in sunny Florida. It's nice to see everyone. Well, I can't see you. I'm driving. And I'm hands-free. I just wish.
Kimberly, it's Whitesnake. It was Whitesnake. They played at Rocktoberfest in Washington, and I went and saw him. Hey, Miss Liverbird. Yeah. That's who that was.
I want to say something to everybody that uses Google, and I'm sorry, it's just very, 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 very annoying. Okay,
tell us how annoying you are. How annoyed you are with Google today, Betty. Tell us.
When you see a stalled vehicle in the road, you can initiate engagement on.
This is from today. This is from today.
Google Maps. When a car is fully off the main road, they don't tell people that there's a stalled vehicle. Nobody gives a crap if it's not blocking traffic. I swear to God, I have 50 million stalled vehicles.
It is the Great White. Why did I say Whitesnake? It's the Great White. Sorry. Yeah, ignore me. I'm reading chats. It's the Great White. No, do I say Whitesnake? See, I tell you guys. Give me some new meds and my brain just goes mush.
It's on the side of the road. It's just annoying. We may break in and out because I am driving and I'm driving in a rural area. So if it does happen or I'm not coming in clear, just stick with me until we get out of it. Usually happens, 5 minutes or less. Usually it's only like a minute or two and then we're back on. But I'm kind of in a rural area, as you guys can see out the window. It's a whole bunch of just forest. But always remember, stalled vehicles, use it with common sense and consideration. Nobody cares about a stalled vehicle that's not blocking traffic on our roads. So remember that when you're
the notification bothers you that bad that people are marking stalled vehicles. Oh my gosh. Don't ever mark a stalled vehicle because it bothers Betty. Like what?
Dealing with Waze, Apple Maps, or Google Maps. Nobody cares about stalled vehicles on the side of the road that are not blocking traffic.
Yeah, there's probably that people like oversized loads and stuff beyond you that travel those roads that it might be important to.
Because when you're driving, there's a stalled vehicle ahead. This happens every 5 minutes. It's freaking annoying as shit. So annoying that I'm almost tempted not to use maps anymore. Actually, I'm just going to exit out. I know where I'm at. I really don't care at this point. So, I get to see.
Why are we wearing multiple tank tops at once too? Is that like a fashion trend that Betty has started? Like, what is up with this? At least she's got some sort of like sports bra, it looks like, and then a gray tank top, and then a green tank. That just don't work.
Delilah, oh my gosh, you guys missed it. I would show you. Oops, where's our vehicle? Here, I need to slow down. I don't want to drive past people. Help me. Delilah the other day, you can tell she's missing me too because my mom, when she put me on her TV, Delilah sat at the foot of the bed and just watched me. She took a picture and a video of her, and she misses her mommy. And of course, this month is absolutely insane with everything I've got to do. I was very honored and privileged to,
Very honored and privileged.
be able to cover this case and help this family.
Could it be that there was cameramen following Olivia around? Is that why you felt honored and privileged? Because there was camera people there?
Try to seek justice. They've got it bad. They just want to know the person that killed their daughter is going to be held accountable for everything. They don't seem like they're a vengeful family. They just want justice for their daughter.
Okay, and that story is, she's going to talk more on it. That story's tragic. It's a tragedy. It is very, very sad. It's a sad situation. Nobody wishes that upon anybody. But from what my understanding is at this point in time, the person who hit her has been charged. And it is playing out with law enforcement gathering evidence. It's playing out how it should be played out. From everything that I've seen, independent research of news articles, things of that nature, it's one of those situations that it's an unfortunate, tragic accident. Could there be more that comes out? Possibly over time. But getting Beddy involved?
And her father is out in the town square every single day. All these photos and flyers and signs advocating for justice for a daughter. And it's like, that's the kind of parents we love seeing. We love seeing, moms.
We love seeing parents out there advocating for the kids. I have no problem with that statement. None whatsoever.
Dads honor and respect their children and love their children and fight for their children. And that is what this family is doing, despite the corruption in the town, despite the corrupt news.
Of course, the news is corrupt and law enforcement is corrupt. Two must-have situations for Beddy to talk about cases, usually. My opinion.
They're not doing their job. They're trying to say that this guy's family was not affiliated with the chief of police. And I say, bull crap. They were already connected, and there's definitely ties to the police department in Liberty.
Of course, she's going to, once again, try to tell everybody that there's a connecting piece here. This is why certain things aren't happening. Oh, it's so maddening. But it's going to get worse before it gets better.
By this assailant that mowed over the 17-year-old girl because he decided to get behind the wheel of a vehicle under the influence. We have, we're going to...
From what I could be wrong, but I haven't seen all of these things that she's stating as a fact come out as fact from law enforcement.
Getting back to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, as you guys can see, my title is Clear Seth Rogers,
Clear Seth Rogers of what? There's not even, it's an open investigation, not a criminal investigation. Clear Seth of what? The last time Seth was on with Vinnie Politan, Vinnie even said he's not considered a suspect. So what does Seth need cleared of, Beddy? Why are we going back here again? Because that's what you need people to believe, that law enforcement is treating him poorly, that they're considering him a suspect when he's the only one that's been saying he's a suspect, because currently there's no crime even.
Oh, we want Seth Rogers cleared. He had nothing to do with the disappearance of his son. He has done nothing but be a good parent, like we want from them, a loving parent, much
like we want from them. He's done nothing but be a loving parent, like we want from them. We? Who's we? The people who are in your audience that think it's their job to deem these people guilty, not based on evidence, but on feelings.
Like Daniel Mendiola, which is the one that is fighting for his son or his daughter.
These two cases are not comparable in any way, shape, or form. And comparing these cases completely takes away from each individual victim's story, and mixing them together is ridiculous. They're not even remotely similar.
So these are the parents that we're looking for, people that are fighting for their children, fighting for answers, and willing to do just about anything under the law that they can to help find out information or hold the people responsible accountable. And so I've got two great fathers here doing just that.
Two great fathers here doing just that. Again, the situations are completely polar opposite as far as what is happening in them. We have an open investigation into the disappearance of a missing 15-year-old, and we have a really tragic accident with a 17-year-old girl. Like, horrifying situation, but it's just not it, Beddy.
Difference between one case to the other is that we also have these victims have mothers too. In one case, the mother is emotional, grief-stricken, and wants justice. And in the other case is perfectly fine that nothing's happening in her child's case. And
so one mother is grief-stricken, emotional, and the other one's just perfectly fine. Sure, Beddy.
Perfectly fine with law enforcement moving on because they never even ever cared about having their child found.
Where has law enforcement moved on? Where has law enforcement said, yeah, we're not investigating Sebastian's disappearance anymore, and moved on? Where did that happen?
Never got off their butts to help. Definitely never did.
Even though we know from law enforcement that the parents were fully cooperative, we know from Seth's own words on your exclusive interview that police asked them not to search. We know from Seth's own words that Chris rode around with law enforcement. We know that Chris and Seth rode around together searching for Sebastian. We know that they've donated to billboards. Okay, but they've done nothing. All right.
Did anything to seek justice or locate their child. So we have two cases with two great fathers. One case with a great mother and a great family to accompany that father, and another case that keeps shitting on the father and the victim of a missing person, the missing person themselves. And that's kind of the two cases. We have
That's called divine intervention, that our audio's cutting out.
Sebastian case, and we have Daniela Mendiola. So I've been talking to, Olivia, and we're going to be speaking with the father and seeing how we can truly help make a difference in their community. And so I think we're going to be doing an email campaign.
Email and mail campaign is what she's saying.
For the Mendiola case. And we're going to do that because there's definitely a history of racism in that community.
This one talking about racism, the irony of this right here.
After hearing and seeing everything that we saw and heard, and all the evidence collected by Daniel related to his daughter's case, it appears that this white guy is being treated differently than if the shoe had been on the other foot. If it was a Hispanic person mowing over a white person, I have a funny feeling there would be a lot of different charges for that, and that is a problem for me. This
right here just makes me this coming out of this one's mouth as she is sat next to the Proud Boys. This coming out of this one's mouth.
Don't bring racism up on my channel at all. It's, I just don't believe.
No, usually you avoid any topic around anything to do with minorities because we know where your fucking stance is on that. That is why this is so disgusting coming for you.
I believe in my community that there has ever been situations like this. Do people go to jail? Yes, they do. But usually
wasn't his bond like doubled? Didn't it go from like 20 to 50? If I'm correct? Yeah.
Committed crime. It has nothing to do with the color of their skin. In this situation,
I want to back that up for a minute. The disparities. Didn't she attempt to cover Tyree's case in the beginning of it?
A white person, I have a funny feeling there would be a lot of different charges for that, and that is a problem for me. I don't bring racism up on my channel at all. It's, I just don't believe in my community that there has ever been situations like this. Do people go to jail? Yes, they do, but usually they committed crime. It has nothing to do with the color of their skin.
In her community, she's never. Oh, holy shit! That is what she said. Yeah, I think she actually said white breaded ass. Crazy B6. Yep. Stands for nothing. The 20th.
In this situation, this girl may not be able to get the justice that she needs because of the color of her skin, and that disgusts me to my core. But the case, we're going to still keep working on it on a kind of, we're going to keep advocating for Daniela Mendiola, but our case is Sebastian Rogers. Our case is the one where...
Our case is the Sebastian. Like, this is... Yeah. You guys are all spot on in the comments. This is just absolutely 30 to 50. Thank you, Rebel.
The father, Seth Rogers, is innocent. And Sumner County wants to play games.
The father, Seth Rogers, is innocent. Innocent of what? He's not being accused of a crime. There's a missing child. It should be an awareness case.
They know he's innocent. They know he has no ties. They know he has no affiliations with any reason for this man being, or this boy, Sebastian, disappearing. They know that. They have all of the evidence to support that Seth Rogers has nothing to do with this. But they refuse to clear him. And I know exactly, well, several possibilities.
They have to have a crime to clear people from. Right now, there's not even a crime to clear people of
why they would not clear him.
Tell us.
And one of those is, I think it would shine a big old, huge light right on the issues in this case, which they've been trying to keep from the public and trying.
What's that? What are the big old issues in the case?
To shut me up because we keep exposing the truth.
You haven't exposed anything but yourself.
And I think it would cause mainstream media and social media to go crazy. And again, they're just wanting to shovel this under a rug and put it away because, let's face it, as the stepfather said, nobody's ever going to find him. So
what? I'm so sick of that being twisted and turned. The lack of awareness that she has right here. And listen to how she carries on.
He's so confident nobody's going to find him. We have to look at what makes...
Chris is so confident that nobody is going to find Sebastian. Where? We heard that this was all recorded, right? We heard from Nick and team that they had heard Chris say this, but nobody's been able to provide proof of that.
I'm so confident, you know? Why is this confidence of Sebastian never being found exuding from his orifices? And
it's exuding from his orifices. That's not what he said. No, it's not. But then they tried to twist it and say that they had him recorded, and he said that no, it's this is exuding from his orifices.
And his speech and what he told the world months ago.
What he told the world months ago. What was that, Beddy? You guys have lied on national media. Well, Vinnie Politan, I guess, Court TV, and said that law enforcement claimed that there was no evidence of Sebastian leaving the home when that wasn't stated. So what's this new one?
That's a pretty bold statement and a very confident statement that was made multiple times.
It's not what he said.
Why? I think we all know why.
So
we're going to be getting back to Sebastian Wayne-Drake Rogers. And like I had told everybody, we were going to be getting back to Sebastian Wayne-Drake Rogers on Wednesday. Today happens to be Wednesday. So we are going to talk about this case.
We're going to talk about more bullshit that you're going to just throw out there? Let's go, Beddy. Let's go.
Sebastian Wayne-Drake Rogers is a 15-year-old boy that disappeared from inside his locked home with allegedly only his mother. Now, new information has come out by...
Oh, new information. Did you catch that? She's claiming that new information has came out.
Another citizen journalist, Silver's on the scene. Again, I don't believe
Silvers is now a citizen journalist. Lord help us all.
If Silver's on the scene has any dog in this fight other than, like me, just wants information and to help find Sebastian and bring him home safely. That is our primary purpose. But what Sumner County...
Sorry, Silvers isn't doing anything to do anything of any good, in my opinion, besides making a complete mockery out of a missing child's case.
What he wants us to do is act like we don't see what we see, right? We're supposed to lie to our audience and call our audience stupid and shame them for thinking the way that they think, because
Is she okay? This one just keeps just digging her heels in and getting worse and worse and worse.
The evidence is pointing in one very singular direction.
There's no evidence. That's the fucking problem. Patricia Sniffers, you know how. There's no evidence. They have no evidence that they publicly came out and stated. What the frick is she talking about?
And they expect us to be stupid and only listen to them. But I guess they forgot they were in America. And here in America, we're allowed to think freely for ourselves. We're allowed to have our opinions, our commentary, our criticism, which a whole entire county has forgotten about the First Amendment.
And this has you being charged with violations of protection order has nothing to do with the First Amendment. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. But keep trying to twist that.
So I'm not going to shame my audience for feeling the way they do, because I feel that way too.
You're not going to shame your audience for feeling that way, because you need that echo chamber to go along with your complete crazy sensationalistic BS and misinformation to amp up your freaking ego. That's why you're not going to tell them to knock it off, because you need them to do this whole pity party for Beddy that it's about corruption.
I'm not going to shame my audience for vocalizing that and being upset and criticizing law enforcement for failing to do what they needed to do. Now, this is not all law enforcement. I know.
Beddy, tell us why you're really not going to shame your audience, though. I mean, you're going to tell us here in a minute anyways, but why do you guys think she's not going to shame her audience? Maybe something to the tune of $30,000? Maybe that's why she's not shaming her audience, because she needs $30,000?
I know that the detectives, I know that the worker bees are working around the clock to find information. That I know. I never criticize the worker bees, because it's top brass that gives them their instructions. And if an instruction is not given, it's not their fault. So I always hold the people that are the decision makers in these counties and in these sheriff's departments and in these police departments accountable, not their subordinates. Their subordinates are good-hearted people getting out there and doing their job in an environment that is preventing them from doing a good job.
Oh, they're working in environments that are preventing them from doing a good job. Autumn, I that's all I've got to say about this whole thing too. Right, Brantley? This is just absolutely, like, this is delusions. This is one of those delusional rants, and it just gets worse every time she says another sentence. It's like, how can people really even buy into this? And the sad thing is there's a lot of her out here. There's a lot of people that think like this one does and buy into this bullshit.
And that's where we come in. And, and I may end up having to go to jail for it. And so what? When it's all said and done, I will be vindicated and I will be exonerated from any and all of this. And I feel 100%.
Why does she keep saying she's going to have to go to jail? Beddy, are you scared? You know that you did too much? You know that it's not going to go in your favor because you keep doing too much? You keep saying you're okay with going to jail, but are you really? Because after you got out of jail last time, you said that you had all these medical issues and 19 hours and they turned the temperature down in there and, poor you and your privileged ass.
% confident. You know why? Because there's a bigger guy than everybody walking right next to me, and his name's God. And God doesn't make mistakes. What I'm going through, the walk I'm going through is.
And here we go with the trad evangelist, switching from emotional manipulation into religious manipulation 101.
Not a mistake. It's public. It's for everybody to see, and there's a reason for it. We are fighters. We fight for these victims. We are lawful. We follow the law to a T. The people that watched me, followed me in my audience.
If you followed the law to a T, you wouldn't be facing 6 violations of a protection order or multiple protection orders. That's just factual. If you followed the law to a T, there wouldn't be any room for this to happen. You went from Florida to Tennessee to keep under surveillance, stalk, and harass the family of a missing child. That's here nor there. They proved that in order to get the temporary orders of protection in the first place, which turned into permanent orders of protection for 1 year. Then you took your happy ass back to Florida, tried to avoid service by going on national TV, acknowledging that this was happening, still tried to avoid the papers getting served to you. Eventually they got to you. Then you drove your ass back to Tennessee for a vigil. Didn't show up in court, mind you, in one of those times too. Went back to do, well, I guess it wasn't even, it was a bike ride to protest and clear Seth Rogers. You wanted to go to jail. You wanted to be a martyr.
That were with me during that trip in June know darn good and well I never violated the law. I never broke the law. I never stalked a damn person. However, I was harassed and stalked while I was there. So the victim, the person that's the victim.
Hey, Rockabit, I just saw you in here. So our earlier conversation, right quick, just to segue, sorry. I just needed to tell Rockabit this. Looks like that video's down, but if you email me at nonsenseontheweb@gmail.com, I'll send you the screenshots that I have. And I think I have a screen recording too. I'll go back and check, but I did find screenshots so far. But if you want to email me, I can send them to you. July 13th, 2023. That was the video where she had attempted to dox burnt toast. That's when I was talking about. So just wanted to catch you while you're in here, though. It's good to see you, by the way.
Victim is being punished by the court systems, and the people that are perpetrating the harassment and the stalking are being rewarded, and because they're taxpayers and have money. So what do? We suit up, we boot up, and we come to our public and we say, we've got a fight on our hands. We have a GoFundMe that needs to still be funded. If you guys have $1 or $2 to pitch in, please.
We still have a GoFundMe that needs to be funded. And this is the reason why we're back to this case.
That is, we're still a long way from our main goal of $30,000. And if, I'm looking at it like this, how are we going to let Queen Bee rob her people of $100,000, buy her and her daughter a new car, and here I am fighting the good fight? Certainly, we are bigger and better than them.
Ooh, is somebody salty? We're bigger, badder, and better. I don't think Queen Bee has raised 100K. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up on that, but I don't think it's 100K. But can you say salty? And there's no proof that she bought any vehicles with that. That's Beddy running her. Like, what is going on here? Well, she's got it, so I should be able to get it. Like, what is this? What is this? This is weird, Beddy.
So if you guys got a few bucks to throw into the GoFundMe, please consider doing so. We have 5 appeals. I don't think people understand what we're dealing with. We got 4 POs that need to be appealed, and we have a decision on the motion to dismiss that needs to be appealed. So we've.
Oh, well, you got yourself a new civil rights attorney. You already paid the retainer on that because you're represented by a civil rights person now. So, what are you trying to do here there, Bets?
Got 5 appeals going on right now, and if you know anything about appeals, they're not cheap. So $30,000, when you break it down to 5 appeals, is very inexpensive. It's a lot of money, but per appeal, the attorneys are really working with me and working with me very well to try to get everything undone that this corrupt county has done.
Sweetie cake, right? Nah, it ain't a we situation. It's a you situation there, Bets. It's a you situation. Hey, JD. This is wild. Like, this is fucking weird. Right? Like, I have a feeling, okay, this is just my assumption. I think they're going to not appeal. I think they're going to appeal and claim that she had a civil rights violation, I think is what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to try to maneuver here, but this is going to be interesting to see. But I don't know how any of that's going to work out. I've tried to maneuver this in my head and look different things up, and I'm just like, that don't fit though.
I'm not going to quit calling them corrupt because they're a corrupt effing county. They obviously don't have an investigative bone in their body to differentiate fact from fiction, and probably why Sebastian Rogers' case has gone unsolved, because they don't know their ass from a hole in the wall.
Oh, they can't investigate a single thing. They don't know their ass from the hole in the wall. Their orifices have gotten lost. Beddy, have you found their orifices yet? You seem to have a radar in everybody's orifices. So
I'm not going to quit criticizing them. It's my right. It's my constitutional right.
even though your attorney told you not to talk crap about the judge or the county? Oof. I wonder how that judge feels, or not that judge, that attorney feels about you completely disregarding his advice.
And if they want to continue to violate my rights, they can. I'm at their mercy, but I've also got my backbone and my integrity and my moral compass pointing in the right direction, whether theirs is or not.
Kind of like how your teats points to the ground. You said integrity, and then that's got to be underneath your feet for sure.
Judges are very powerful people, but you know, we the people are the ones that pay for them. They work for us, not the other way around. They don't get to make up laws. They're held.
Well, sorry to tell you this, but you're not a taxpayer in that community, therefore, or even that states, the county, the states. So they don't work for you, period. I mean, the overreaching, yeah, they protect and serve, but not when you intentionally go to their communities to do. No, Beddy, no.
Accountable to the same laws we are held accountable to. And shame on them for continuously violating it. Shame on all of them. They're no different than the people they throw in jail when they break the law. And that's what they're doing because they're not following it. And if you're not following the law, you're breaking the law. So
if you're not following the law, you're breaking the law. Wise words from old Betster over here. If you're not following the law, you're breaking the law. Oh, Beddy.
That's kind of how I feel about it. That's my
Tell us how you feel about it, Beddy.
opinion, my commentary, and a criticism on the subject matter. And by the way, if Sumner County is watching, it's my right to have those opinions, comments, and criticism. It's called the First Amendment, baby. So they wanted to.
Meanwhile, just not giving two fucks about nothing. She's just out here living her best life. It's everybody but her.
Fight an emotional argument, and we're fighting a legal argument. So I feel like once we get it out of the
fighting an emotional argument. No, this has no basis in emotion whatsoever. It's based on the facts, and the facts are you overstepped by going and taking your happy ass from Florida to Tennessee to stalk and harass the parents of a missing child, and you took things too far, and there's that. That's it. The emotional battle is something that you guys are intending to do to cause chaos and confusion, in my opinion. That's the aspect of the team, to play it out as this emotional victimhood. No. The judge's ruling had nothing to do with emotion. It had to do with the laws that you broke.
Motions of the local courts and into an actual body that can actually make a proper ruling and proper decision, I think we'll be better off. And that's where we need to be. The notice of appeals have already been filed in 4 of the cases, but the appeals have not been done. So those are the things that we've got to get under control. And so hopefully we will get those under control here in the near future. I will be in court on November 20th. If you guys would like to be in court, please wear green in support of Sebastian Rogers. This is the reason why we're doing what we're doing.
Has nothing to do with Sebastian. Nothing to do with Sebastian whatsoever. Trying to make her court case for the violations of the protection order against Sebastian's family about Sebastian. Once again, has nothing to do. Her violating the protection orders has nothing to do with Sebastian. Quite the opposite. It has to do with his family, who deserves to be protected. Oh, grimy mofos.
This is the reason why we're here. We're here for him. We're here seeking justice for him, lawfully and legally. And we're fighting against a system that doesn't follow the rules or the law. So that's where we're at today.
So now we're fighting for justice. Meanwhile, nobody even knows where Sebastian is. He's still considered a missing person. Okay.
Hey guys, it's nice to see you all coming in. Come on in. Come on in. Sit on down. Pick it up. I hope everybody's doing good this beautiful Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. What day is it? You know what day it is? What was that? I think I forgot the Hump Day commercial. But we'll never forget the Budweiser frost now, will we? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Hump Day! Yeah, baby. I can't wait to see my baby girl. I miss her so much.
I mean, if I'm being honest and really petty, watching her pretend to be a camel is probably about the most accurate thing I've tried seeing her be. she's definitely not illegal anything. So pretending she's a camel, that might actually be more fitting.
Much. Good gracious, I miss her. Good gracious. Good gracious, good gracious, good gracious. I'm probably going to bring my some family members with me on the 20th because we don't know what's going to happen, so it's not going to make it conducive for me to well, I don't need to be saying some stuff on here, but
she's going to bring some family members with her in case she gets locked up. Won't let her out. They can drive her car back to Florida. Is that the part you're not saying out loud there, Bets? Oh, say it ain't so.
I just might do that because just seeing in case something happens, we're going to have to pull a job. But I'm going to tell you right now, I've already had several different networks of people out there in Tennessee that have already reached out to me and told me that they're going to do whatever it takes if something does go awry on the 20th. So I'm not too worried about it. If what they are trying to accomplish.
What's that mean? Some vigilante justice? Is that a threat of some vigilante justice? They're going to do whatever it takes? Like they're going to attach chains to the jail and break you out? Like what are you talking about here? They're going to do whatever it takes if you get held accountable for your own actions? What does that mean?
Settling this case down and stuff like that. They're not doing a good job. Everything that they've done is blown up in their face. It has caused, it's just put a disgusting stain on that county that everybody across this country and across this world gets to see in real time. And that's what they don't like. They thought my criticism was bad. I mean, they look at the rest of YouTube. Nobody really cares about their opinion because everybody thinks they're corrupt as shit. When you start protecting people that lost a child and throwing people that have never broken a law in their state in jail, you got yourself a freaking big problem. And trust me, the best part.
Wait, I got to hear that delusional shit one more time.
It's bad. I mean, look at the rest of YouTube. Nobody really cares about their opinion because everybody thinks they're corrupt as shit. When you start protecting.
Meanwhile, there's been no proof of corruption whatsoever. And anybody believing Beddy's words probably needs to seek some sunlight. But there's that.
People that lost a child and throwing people that have never broken a law. And
people who have never broken a law.
Their state in jail.
Oh, in their state. Oh, okay.
You got yourself a freaking big problem. And trust me, the best part about it is it's all online. So people can go check it out for themselves. Do I get loud? Yeah. Do I scream in my phone to my audience? Yeah. So what? Screaming into my phone from Florida. Right? It's just that.
Are you okay, Beddy? Are you okay? That's not what you did, Beddy.
I'm not there stalking them. I'm in Florida. Too bad.
Beddy, you filmed yourself hopping out in the middle of traffic going after an elderly man. In some states, that's considered road rage. I'm surprised you didn't get charged for traffic violations on top of orders of protection.
They didn't open their head and pop a brain in there. These people are freaking nuts.
I'm not so sure that they're the nutty ones. Sherry, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana. What?
They've got problems. They got problems out their ass. They've got so much problems in that county. Poor Beddy ain't gonna be able to fix the kind of stupid they got going on.
Bullhorn Beddy ain't going to be able to fix the type of stupid they got. Oh, Beddy, I don't even think you can fix your own type of stupid you got. I mean, how many years are we going on now? 45, and you're still doing the same Beddy. And none of her people are self-aware enough to say, yeah, this is probably not a good idea here, Bets. Probably not a good idea.
So we'll just be riding out with this. We're going to still keep criticizing that county because we know that this is intimidation. We know that this was retaliation for the commentary of that state, of that community. And
I thought she was talking about clearing Seth. The title of this video is Clear Seth Rogers. And all it's about is poor Beddy. Poor Beddy. Poor Beddy.
It's being broadcasted all over the country and all over the world. And, they can do whatever they need to do. But the bottom line is the truth is out there and everybody sees it. Too bad the judge is sticking his head into a sand and acting like he doesn't see it because he doesn't like my commentary. Oh, my God. It's a fantastic.
I wonder what he thought about you mentioning his grandchildren the other day. I would like to know what he thought about that.
What vendetta? The truth is a vendetta now? Seeking the truth is a vendetta, according to Sumner County. We've looked at all the other leads. They don't math. They don't math. I'm so happy to be in Florida. I am so happy to be in Florida.
They've looked at all the other leads. None of them are working with law enforcement, but they're looking at all the other leads. Okay, sure.
I'm so happy, and just a little bit, I get to see my baby girl. Aww. Every time I go into the house, she just starts whining. She licks and licks and licks and licks, and she jumps all over me, and she pounces on me. She's like, ta, 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 ta. She starts pouncing on me. She's so mad at me. Why'd you leave me? Why'd you leave me? But she loves Gamsies. She loves Gamsies. She gets away with murder with Gamsies. You know, most grandparents do that. They spoil their grandkids, and mommy's no different. They spoil the grandkids. She's a grandkid. She's a fur baby. And one of these days, I have a funny feeling my mom is not going to give her back. My mom loves that damn dog. I think my mom loves my dog more than she loves.
Well, she might just get to go on an extended stay to Grammy's house when you get locked up, if that's what happens. I don't know if you're going to get locked up. I have no clue, but you seem to surely think you are. So she'll get an extended stay.
I'm not going to lie. I see some blue in there. Hi, all my beautiful moderators. I can't see who's all in the chat. So if Tony and Seth, the mom, and Sonia, B, Betty, Pebbles, who else do we have? Guidance, just me, or it's just Jen. Did I have that right? And the real me too. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I feel like, the I Am Team Summer, our beautiful I Am Team Summer. And all of my beautiful people that can't type because I know more girls' mom had surgery on her hand. I think
hey Adrian.
Am Team Summer had surgery on her hand. Southern Grammy, she's been trying to do better after her horrible wreck. And who was it? Oh my gosh. I gotta remember. So there's been one of our subscribers that I've been chatting with. She's been a huge supporter of this channel for a while, and something had happened to her granddaughter. I'm not going to go into the details of it. It was really, really, really horrible. And she sent me a picture of her granddaughter. Her granddaughter is out of the hospital. Hallelujah. They didn't think she was going to make it. They thought she was going to die. It was a horrific attack, if I recall. I don't remember the details just off the top of my head.
I'm not going to tell you the details because it was horrific, but now I can't remember the details. Betty, you're not good at this. You're not good at this at all. Storytelling with Betty doesn't just not land.
But I got to see this young girl's beautiful smiling face. She's in a wheelchair, but she's alive. She's here. She's smiling, She has a chance. She has a chance to life. Something that Daniela lost on August 20th. It's so hard going out there and seeing these families. It's so hard.
I'm sorry, but I am so sick and tired of watching people emotionally manipulate their subs with shit like that and using horrific tragedies and then doing shit like that. I am so sick of watching people do that. And it's not just Betty that does that either. I understand. I get it. Blah, blah, blah. When these people are suffering extreme tragic losses, people always have to diminish that instead of just letting one case, one victim, their voice. It's always got to be thrown in. It just drives me nuts.
Even when I see Seth, and Seth is, tries to have the brave face, but you can tell he's just worried sick. He's missing his son. It's hard. This is what these idiots that want to criticize everybody and everything. Oh, I could do it better, but I won't. Right? They don't realize how much pain they're causing people that are already in so much pain, and I just find it completely.
How much pain they're causing to people who are already in pain. So we just completely diminish the mother and the stepfather and the grandparents of a missing child. It's only one person is the only one feeling. These people have lost it. Completely freaking lost it.
Barbaric and evil.
We're barbaric and evil.
Just evil. I have never intentionally hurt anyone.
Bullshit, Betty. Bullshit. You have not intentionally hurt people.
I fought for justice, and if bad guys get their feelings hurt, so what? I don't care. But these other channels, they care about the bad guy. They care about their feelings.
No, we care about the fact that we live in America and it's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law based on evidence. The very thing that you sit here and say that you're, First Amendment and the Constitution and all of that and our rights and blah, blah, blah. Beddy, shut the F up.
Care about making sure that they don't serve time and that they aren't held accountable for their crimes. That's all they care about. They just care about, screwing with the system to get the bad guys off.
Screwing with the system to get the bad guys off. Who has the capability of screwing with the system to get the bad guys off? Beddy, the levels of delusion are hitting out of the park today.
And we're just the opposite. It truly is good versus evil. And you guys see how evil works. Every single day you come on here, every single day they put down a victim, every single day that they criticize a victim's family. That's evil.
Can anybody fucking earth to Beddy here? You have been doing nothing but targeting the parents of a missing child since March, Beddy. Just this case. Let's not talk about all the previous cases that you've done the same exact thing to. Not based on evidence, based on your opinions and your speculation.
That's evil. And the people that support that's stuff you'll never be able to wash free.
The emotional manipulation is turned up to an all-time high.
Something you'll never be able to wash free. You'll never be able to clean that kind of evil off your soul.
Meanwhile, she's called the parents of a missing child murderers. She's called the missing child defective. She's called the missing child a package. Beddy, shut up.
And so we're just going to pray. We're going to pray for our victims. We're going to pray for the victims we don't cover. We're going to pray for their families that are struggling each and every day to try to make sense of all of this.
And back to religious faith manipulation is what I call it, and the tragic evangelist.
These people have to hold a mother or a father that's lost their child, or see the grief on a parent's face that doesn't know where their child is but knows something is seriously wrong. They'll never understand the true gravity of how evil they've become.
I can't.
They don't care to.
Beddy, you don't even believe the bullshit you're selling right now. You just got to sell it because you got a GoFundMe you need to fill.
They don't care to put their hand out and ask, and try to help, unless it's a criminal, somebody that did something very, very terrible. They're ready to help them, no matter what. It's evil. We want people that hurt people, whether it's a child or an adult. We want them held accountable and thrown in jail. Those kinds of people we do not want to walk among us. We don't want them walking among us.
Beddy, how many mugshots do you have for hurting other people? Just asking for a friend.
We want them in a cage where they belong because they're rabid animals.
Oh, you want them in a cage because they're rabid animals based on your feelings, not evidence. I gotcha. But then we're going to turn around and scream that you have the Constitution and the First Amendment and all that shit, right? Okay, I see how this goes.
And the hyenas that come and pick off the carcasses that they left behind. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Sebastian Rogers still needs to be found. Anybody that has any information leading to his whereabouts or those responsible could get a reward of $125,000. $125,000. We're going to...
Technically, it's up to $50,000 by the FBI. Up to $50,000 through the FBI.
Be going to court. I've got a criminal court case, and I've got a court with Fat Lips and her shyster attorney that likes to lie to a judge. All these attorneys, all these people that are officers of the court, literally lying to a judge. It makes me sick. But they don't care. So I'm going to...
Oh, of course. Everybody's against Beddy. Everybody is against Beddy.
Make sure I have
It's a grand conspiracy across all these states.
Proof that this man lied to a judge, because it's going in my next filing, just to make sure the judge knows he got a liar on his hands. Because once they start lying and the judge finds out that they're lying, he's going to take everything they say with a grain of salt,
Oh, is that kind of what's been happening to you? Because you've been caught lying, I'm sure?
He's going to have to.
Kind of like you needed an extension for a hurricane and then drove to North Carolina.
He's going to have to really consider that. And so I don't have a problem proving it to him. They try all the time to say I'm a liar, but they always manipulate my words, and I can just put the transcript out and let the judge see it for itself. And see, that's not the context it was stated.
Oh, yeah. She can just pull the transcript up. Her words are, oh, yeah, Beddy, that's surely what it is.
They're trying to say, I think the last filing, he said something about me saying, I'll just keep filing the $307. That's not what I said. That's not the context it was in. Context it was in is I know I have a case. And even if he denies it and I don't file in time, I'll pay the other $307.
Remy, she hasn't said yet.
To refile. That's what was said. So, and yes, motions for leave to amend are freely given with just cause. They wanted me to modify my complaint. I modified my complaint per this shyster attorney. And now he wants to fight on, oh, well, he's wanting to complain. Oh, I just want to get these with prejudice. Well, I don't think the judge is going to do that with it being a venue issue. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. I think by the time all this is said and done, in a few years, when this finally smacks these people upside the head, when they finally have their judgments, I don't think they're going to be laughing. So that's why you guys see me cool as a cucumber.
In a few years. And this one claims she's cool as a cucumber.
When it comes to them, I really don't care what they have to say. I believe in the justice system, unless it's in Sumner County, then I don't believe in it at all. But in the rest of the country, I do believe in the justice system. You want to hear something else? You want to hear something funny? It's funny that Sumner County is the only county that you can actually get a protective order for non-domestic related protective orders. You can't get them in any other county. We called around and asked.
Wait a moment here. That didn't just come out of her mouth that you can't get Beddy. That is straight up bullshit. Straight up bullshit. And you know it.
We called around and asked. We established the same factors that where this was brought on just to prove the corruption in this particular community. And when you know, you can't do what they did.
It's a law. It's a fucking law, Beddy. Okay, what? I backed it up, Revival.
So, and yes, motions for leave to amend are freely given with just cause. They wanted me to modify my complaint. I modified my complaint per this shyster attorney. And now he wants to fight on, oh, well, he's wanting to complain. Oh, I just want to get these with prejudice. Well, I don't think the judge is going to do that with it being a venue issue. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. I think by the time all this is said and done, in a few years, when this finally smacks these people upside the head, when they finally have their judgments, I don't think they're going to be laughing. So that's why you guys see me cool as a cucumber when it comes to them. I really don't care what they have to say. I believe in the justice system, unless it's in Sumner County, then I don't believe in it at all. But in the rest of the country,
I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to hear more about it.
I do believe in the justice system. You want to hear something else? You want to hear something funny? It's funny that Sumner County is the only county that you can actually get a protective order for non-domestic related protective orders. You can't get them in any other county. We called around and asked.
Non-domestic related. You can't get a non-domestic related protection order in any other county. Beddy, you called around and asked. Oh, Beddy.
We called around and asked. We established the same factors that where this was brought on just to prove the corruption in this particular community. And when you know, you can't do what they did. I thought that was freaking hilarious. Freaking hilarious. So the only county that you can get a protective order on somebody that you've never seen is Sumner County, because they're corrupt as hell. And they're trying to throw me in jail for saying so.
Sumner County is the only place that you can get a protective order against a stalker. Huh. That's quite interesting. Miss W, thank you for becoming a member. That is the most ridiculous shit I've ever probably heard her say right there. Beddy.
So we'll see how this goes. See how it goes. Hope everybody's doing well today. It's my time on here. I already talked for 31 minutes. Hopefully everybody's doing well and playing nice in the chat.
Didn't she? Hold on. Can I just take this back a minute, because my head just went blue. Didn't she attempt to get a protection order against Queen Bee for non-domestic related events? And not even another county, but another state? But Sumner County is the only one that has this. This is it. Sumner County is the only one that has this. Beddy.
But if they're not, then they'll be blocked. This is what I'd like somebody to do for me if you can. I don't know which one, which few you guys would like to do it. I need somebody to send me a synopsis in my email, bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. We know that there is several videos that's come out. There's no way I'm going to be able to play catch up long enough, to watch all these things. And
I need somebody to send me a synopsis.
Able to do lives and stuff like that. So if somebody can give me like a synopsis of everything that's happened with the Sebastian Rogers case over the last, say, 5 days, and just break it down for me. Bullet points are fine. Bullet points are fine.
What is happening here? I can't even imagine. And the people that are in her inbox are like, well, and Silvers came out with more misinformation. And then there was a call-in on this show that was completely erratic and the lady sounded unhinged. And then there's this post on Facebook. Nothing's changed. Nothing. But that's going to be the bullet points of all of the bullshit that they list. And this one said that this person was here and here and here.
That would really be beneficial for me to kind of get me back up to snuff and kind of focus where my research needs to be. We're still looking for places to search, but at this point, I'm going to put that just on the back burner slightly. We're going to get back to the interviews because we don't have really any bodies right now because of all this court case and all this stuff that the Sumner County keeps screwing with people, and the family keeps screwing with people and causing all this rift. We only really have Silvers on the scene out there. And I'm not sure who else. I know there's got to be other people, but that's the only one that's coming to the top of mind right at the moment that we can give this, give search stuff to. And I know he's searched a lot, and he's been working very hard on finding, information for Sebastian. But I also know he had some breaking information related to timeline issues, because one of the things that
he didn't have no breaking information. He had nothing breaking. Nothing. Oh,
you're missing is the stepfather's timeline, purposefully. But now that we know,
law enforcement has all of their whereabouts, their locations, their alibis, everything. That's in the hands of law enforcement, who is actually investigating this case.
That it was a 4-day weekend. I think I'm going to go back to my one of my original theories, and you guys know which one that is.
What happened to the 24 assets on the ground in Tennessee that Nick had?
My very first theory that I had related to the cocksucker called stepdad.
And I thought Seth was out there searching every day. I thought Seth was out there searching. I thought Terry Lynn was out there searching. Now all they have is Silvers.
Excuse my language. I like to shock and awe. That's part of the show. Sumner County. Just saying.
The shock and awe. Never mind. I'll be nice. Walk away.
Just saying. But
she's such a badass. When I grow up someday, I hope I am as badassery as Beddy. She just exudes confidence. And is so badass. Like, I cringe every time she comes on the screen because it's just like she owns what she's talking about so confidently.
You guys know what my first theory was? I had 2 theories related to this man, and both of those theories are back in play. Both of those theories, sneaking in as well as being there. So now we have a total of 3 theories. One with mom.
You guys want to hear it again? Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said.
I'd like to shock.
Hold on, I'll go back a little further. That's what she said.
It was a 4-day weekend. I think I'm going to go back to my one of my original theories, and you guys know which one that is. My very first theory that I had related to the cocksucker called stepdad. Excuse my language. I like to shock and awe. That's part of the show. Sumner County. Just saying. Just saying. But you guys know what my first theory was. I have two theories related to this man, and both of those theories are back in play. Both of those theories, sneaking in as well as being there. So now we have
no proof of her theories, nothing, no evidence to back up her theories, just wild speculation that goes in a narrative that they're attempting to paint. That's it. Can we talk about this federal case, Beddy? I mean, the non-federal case, the filing in Pennsylvania that you've been trying to fearmonger off your subs over? I would like to talk about that, but seems that you forgot about that all of a sudden. Was that used to bolster up the emotions of the audience, to scare people, to make them think that all these things were happening to poor old Beddy, to drop your GoFundMe to try and bolster your legal fund for things that you're being charged with doing on your own free will?
a total of 3 theories. One with mommy dearest, and 2 with, we're going to call him cocksucker? You know, cocksucker? Is that too offensive? Is that too offensive? Might be too offensive. Maybe we should leave that for the sheriff. Maybe that cheap detective.
Oh, what, wasn't she just on a rant about talking crap about the parents of a missing child and how evil that was? That is the lowest, most evil, vile thing you can do. And she goes on to do it. Oh, yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Now you guys know why I'm so controversial.
Bitch, you ain't even controversial. Controversial is the word. Controversial? You're a freaking imbecile. Straight up fucking clown. Nobody takes you serious. Not even the people in your audience. They just go along with it because they're freaking nuttier than you. Some of them.
But maybe we'll call him Ted Bundy. Should we call him Bundy? The Bundy.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Calling Chris Proudfoot Ted Bundy.
Bundy guy. Maybe we'll call him Bundy. I don't know. I should stop. But the POS, I think, is, both of those theories that we had at the beginning, I think we do need to bring back into play. I really think that there's enough with the information that Silver's brought forward that it can put both of those back into play, because, we have to figure out, it didn't sound like any dogs barked so that entire night. So that tells us right there, I mean, that is circumstantial evidence related to nobody else was in that house but family.
Circumstantial evidence. Do you guys hear a theme of what they're attempting to do? There's no evidence. They are attempting to build a circumstantial case. Beddy and team, in my opinion, this is my opinion only. What she is saying is that they're trying to build a circumstantial case, their little investigative group, which has nothing to do with law enforcement, against Chris and Katie. They don't have any evidence to back that up with law enforcement. So to diminish the county, they've got to say the county is corrupt, because it seems to me that they're trying to bolster this whole emotional pull on people that they have a circumstantial case here without a body. Isn't that interesting?
And people those dogs knew, obviously, their immediate family. So with the immediate family dynamic and the dogs not barking, we've got a winner chicken dinner all day long. And so we've already built this up so much.
We've got a winner chicken dinner. We've already built this up. That's exactly what they're doing.
Where we have a good understanding of what transpired. Now, what we don't have an understanding is why law enforcement failed to follow the POS.
Y'all, that's the fake Nene account, I'm pretty sure. Well, one of the mods grabbed that and checked the link. I'm pretty sure that's Nini's clone. I wonder who's so upset about that shit. These people are insane. Insane in the membrane. Wait, are you fucking joking right now? Are you fucking joking? Thank you, mods. They reported Granny's GoFundMe, having the entire thing shut down. All donations will appear in your bank account in 7 to 10 days. If you'd like to help, there are these other ways. Beddy's on here fucking. So now we're trying to shut down somebody. I see what's happening. Okay. All right. I see what games are being played. Donna, not to my knowledge, no. What the fuck? Chasing, it's beyond ridiculous. It's beyond fucking ridiculous. I'm so sick of this shit. Yeah, Granny 26 minutes ago made a post on her community tab that says they reported my GoFundMe having the entire thing shut down. All donations will appear in your bank account in 7 to 10 days. If you'd like to help, there are these other ways. Give, send, go. She set up one of those. Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. They haven't even served her. They haven't even served her yet. This is all games being played. Do people realize what they're doing? They're claiming that she did something to cause. Oh, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. This is just unfucking real. Unreal. Unreal. I'm going to compose my thoughts a little bit better because right now I'm going to lose my mind right now. If you support Granny, please continue to support Granny. If you gave, you'll get a refund in 7 to 10 days. She's got other options that you can donate to if you feel like doing that. She deserves the right to defend these allegations that are, in my opinion, fluffed. Think about it. If you were accused of RICO and interfering with the investigation into the disappearance of a child, she's never set foot in Tennessee. She's never interacted with half these people that have made claims against her. The other ones are personal vendettas that don't hold fucking weight because it's a back and forth. Oof, Donata.
When they needed to go pick up the camper, I believe they is POS plus Danny Guy. Danny Guy was seen with the POS. Now they said they stopped to help a lady. I think that's BS. I'm unsure about that. I haven't been able to corroborate that, and nobody has come forward to corroborate it, period. And apparently it was supposed to have been corroborated by the prior shit PIs, the internet PIs, Heather and Chloe, that were fired from this job because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. So that's kind of where we're at right now in this case when it comes to Sebastian Rogers. As you guys can see, I haven't skipped a beat. What people don't like is they want to try.
You haven't skipped a beat. Meanwhile, you're asking for your audience to give you bullet points over the last 5 days, but you haven't skipped a beat because nothing new has changed. There's nothing here.
To come and destroy my life because I say things like they're garbage internet PIs. But I'm not telling you who Chloe's mommy is or where she works or all this other stuff like they do to every person involved in this case. They're hate channels, they're criminal enterprise, and the bad people, the bad actors on these platforms, you know, that try to destroy people's lives. We don't do that here. We just call it like we see it. And they don't like it because they're pieces of shit.
You can't even call shit like you see it, Beddy. Let's be honest.
Pray for me. I'm not really in the best mood when it comes to these cases and these idiots on these streets. But as you guys can see, they haven't stopped anything I'm doing. All they're doing is just showing more and more of their own bad behavior and how worse they are than anybody else on these streets because they sit there and say, oh, I can do it better, but actually never do anything better. I actually don't do anything at all but complain. Can you imagine if you had to wake up every day and complain and you had somebody in your ear complaining nonstop, literally nonstop, right?
Read the room, Bets. Read the room. Not at all, Mariah. Not at all.
And that's all they did. It's just complain.
Oh, wait. Is it Marie? Sorry, I might have said that wrong. Hold on. Marie. Yeah, no. Complete insanity. This is complete. Complete insanity. She just called him a cocksucker. Thank you for that.
Complain. They never were happy. They never said anything positive. It's always negative Nancy's all the time. Can you imagine how toxic everybody that they hang out with is? All they are is sitting there trying to make themselves feel good by putting others down. Why? Because they know in their heart they're pieces of shit. That's why. They know in their own hearts that they're so low and so disgusting that they got to try to bring down other good people just to make themselves feel good. Like that's some mental health awareness for you right there. Some mental health awareness for you right there. Anywho's it, guys. That's my kind of bitch fest today. And what are we going to do besides just sit and complain? We're going to take action. What can we do?
She just went on a rant about people complaining, bitching, and then she just described herself.
One thing we
talking about her complaining
can do is first give me a synopsis for what's happened over the last 5 days. If there is any critical information that I do need to review, please point me to the right direction so I can review it for myself. You guys know I like to review everything for myself. If it's important, it goes to the crux of the case. The other thing is we're going to start a email and writing campaign to the district attorney and the investigators of Daniela Meniola's case. And that's going to be something that we're going to be rolling out and doling out here in just the near future. And of course, I expect the racist hate channels to continue.
Whoa. The racist hate channels. The racist hate channels. I don't know many of these channels that throw up the white power sign or sit with Proud Boys. I haven't seen many of them doing that. Honey Badger, thank you for becoming a member. I haven't.
Continue to condemn this minority family and try to help a white guy that chose to run over a 17-year-old Hispanic girl. And I expect them to show their evil, just their evilness in this case, because they were in the Sebastian Rogers case.
Yeah, well, you're a Kiwi mate, but check on that one. Yep.
I accessed stage right and went to another case. What did they do? They followed me right on over to that case, didn't they? Doesn't sound like they're here for the victims, does it? Does it? Doesn't sound like they're here for the victims at all. And not only that, but every bit of their information that they got is wrong because I got to see it with my own eyes and I know they haven't. And what they're probably doing is sitting on Google. Oh, look at this. She said this wrong. No, it's because the news out there is lying. And
hold on.
Helping cover it up. And you know how I know? Because I saw the real evidence. That's how I know. This man, her father, has evidence cataloged that law enforcement will not even take, and they are angry with him because he's got the evidence and they do not, because they didn't want to investigate this case because she was Mexican. That's what they consider her. Now, I think I'm not sure if she's Mexican or not, but that's what law enforcement is basically classified.
All right, so I just found out what is going on here and why that GoFundMe got shut down, and I'm going to share this with you so you guys know what games they're playing. So it falls under what they are trying to claim. It's against terms of service, specifically prohibited conduct, term 9, the legal defense of alleged financial and violent crimes. There's no charges. There's no charges against Granny. That's exactly what it is. Term 9, the legal defense of alleged financial and violent crimes. Fuck. I'm going to rewind this, what she just said. I'm sorry, I was reading that. All right. All right. I see what they're doing. I see what they're doing. Okay. I'm going to take that back a minute because I want to hear this again. Sorry.
In that case, didn't they? Doesn't sound like they're here for the victims, does it? Doesn't sound like they're here for the victims at all. And not only that, but every bit of their information that they've got is wrong, because I got to see it with my own eyes and I know they haven't. And what they're probably doing is sitting on Google. Oh, look at this. She said this wrong. No, it's because the news out there is lying and helping cover it up. And you know how I know? Because I saw the real evidence. That's how I know. This man, her father, has evidence cataloged that law enforcement will not even take, and they are angry with him because he's got the evidence and they do not. Because they.
So she's claiming she's seen evidence that law enforcement refuses to take, but the father has it cataloged. Okay. All right.
They didn't want to investigate this case because she was Mexican. That's what they consider her. Now, I think
Beddy.
I'm not sure if she's Mexican or not, but that's what law enforcement is basically classifying her as. I don't know if she's Latina. I just know she's a beautiful Hispanic 17-year-old girl. And I know that the sheriff out there hates Hispanic people. You know how?
Oh, we got to make it about this, huh? This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. We can't.
I know he hates Hispanic people.
You know he hates Hispanic people.
Because he was sued for being a racist, and the Hispanics won that lawsuit. So that means it was a finding of the court that the sheriff is a racist. Just to throw that out there.
What in the absolute?
All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you rock it out with your coffee beans out. We're going to still be a little spicy and a little saucy, and we're going to keep keeping it real here.
This is a tragic accident that happened. It's a tragic accident at this point in time, and law enforcement, from my understanding, is investigating. From my understanding, they would like it to be vehicular homicide charges. That's what is being pushed for, from my understanding, by the family. But the judge even took the bond from 30 to 50K. And Beddy's just got to make it about other things.
And you know what? Keeping it real might throw Bullhorn Beddy in jail. But you know what? The repercussions of that are going to be very, very, very high. I can promise you that. I welcome this county to do the right thing, but at this point, I'm not sure if they will. I think it's going to take higher courts whipping this county into running properly. Yeah,
that's a good point, Chasing, too. The sheriff isn't even handling this. The highway patrol is. That's another very valid point. Very important. It has nothing to do with the sheriff. Yeah, she's just making it into something it's not. totally making it into something it's not. And again, it's a very tragic situation. A 17-year-old girl lost her life. Like, I'm not going to discount the parents' feelings or anything of that nature. Like, we don't need to do all that. It's a tragedy. But law enforcement is obviously doing what they can, and he has been charged with something. And now we've got to let the process play itself out. Oh, this is fucking insane. Aries, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know on that whole thing. I just,
To be honest with you, I thought it was basically a kick in the gut to be overturned by a higher court. But you know, this judge, we don't get to say we didn't understand the law, because you know what? That's not a defense. But somehow judges get that ability. So it's basically we're held to a higher standard than our own court systems in part. So I hope that this gets changed and rectified. I hope the judge does the right thing. I'm not very hopeful. I pray for the judge. I prayed for the judge the first round, but you know what? That didn't help. And I think everybody has decisions, and everybody's going to be held accountable for their decisions. I will tell you that. And held accountable to the fullest extent of the law, by the way. So I'm a law person. I believe in the law. I believe in following the law. I didn't always once believe in following the law. I did a lot of stupid shit in my younger years.
you're still doing stupid shit. That's why you just spent 19 hours in jail.
But part of why I do what I do is this is the way I give back. This is the way I repent for the stuff I did when I was out there being stupid.
Take the fucking whole bus. This is her repentance. This is her paying back. Are you shitting me? Attacking the victims and their families is repentance. Sounds to me like the work of the devil.
You know, I survived. I survived my stupidity. Some people don't. Just don't. So, anyways, guys, rocking out your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Until next time, please be safe. And more importantly, please be kind to one another. And that includes the pieces of shit out here that wants to be so nasty to every single person.
Meanwhile, she's calling people cocksuckers. Okay, Betty.
There is going to be a live tonight. I think you guys are going to want to if you guys haven't, Falling Through the Cracks is Chronicles of Olivia's new channel. We will be doing a live broadcast on her channel later today, this evening between 7 and 7:30, somewhere around there. So if you guys haven't already signed up for her channel, you're going to want to, because you're not going to want to miss this live. I believe we are going to have a special guest that you're not going to want to miss. And we're just going to have a conversation. So if you guys haven't gone there and you don't know what her link is, you can go over to my community tab and you will see a post saying this is Chronicles of Olivia's newest channel. It's called Falling Through the Cracks. And I'm going to ask each and every one of you to go over there and sign up, because I will be on her channel later this evening. And it's going to be a conversation that you guys will not want to miss. So God bless each and every one of you. And if, like I said, if you guys would like, please don't forget the GoFundMe.
How is this video titled Clear Seth Rogers, when all it is whining about Betty? Whining about Betty. Betty's whining about herself.
I know that, it's been hard for everybody, this whole situation, but we have to raise funds. This is my freedom. And I know that there's people rooting against it right now because, actually it doesn't really matter. We're rooting against their freedom too. And I pray to God each and every one of them has to sit in jail for what they did to me.
Oh, really? What they did to you? You pray every one of them has to sit in jail for what they did to you. Meanwhile, you can't tell us what anybody did to you.
But until that day comes, we need to be on the right side of this thing. We need to keep moving the ball forward. We need to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And I need to keep leaning on my audience for help. We have not leaned on our audience for help in about 2 years. This is where I need to lean on you guys, and I need the support. So if there's anything that you guys can do to help, please consider doing it. You guys know where to find the GoFundMe. I appreciate all.
And the GoFundMe is not even in her name. Isn't that ironic? That's how she's getting away with it, because it's in Sonia's name. Sonia's not accused of any crimes. Fuck. These bitches are sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky, snacks. Snicker, snack.
You guys, I appreciate all of the people that anonymously donated some really, really big bucks. Even the ones that I know that donated big bucks that worked on my GoFundMe for the other stuff that was going on prior to this. I just want to say thank you to everybody. You know, people have come together to really help, and that I don't know if I'll ever be able to say thank you enough, or express into words the gratitude I have to each and every one of you that have, even down to the person that gave the single dollar because that's all they had to give.
Oh my God. People, please don't do that. Don't do that.
Thank you. That dollar is very valuable to me and my freedom, and I thank you for that. So don't ever think that you need to do more. If everybody just did $1 or did what they could, I appreciate it. And I just want you guys to know that I do appreciate it more than you guys will ever understand or know. All right, guys, I love each and every one of you. God bless you. Go rock it out. Okay, it's hump day. We're sliding into the weekend. I don't get weekends off, but
you don't got a job, bitch. You're always off.
I'm here for the ride. I'll see you guys later. God bless.
Does that mean she's going to Chili's for the weekend? Does that mean Granny's not charged of any crimes though, you guys. Granny's not charged of any crimes, so Granny that shouldn't even be happening with Granny. She's not charged with any financial or criminal charges. There's nothing. There's nothing there. She's not charged with any crimes. This is a filing. What are you talking about? So you also don't have a job, Granny, according to... Fucking, who the hell is this? Somebody want to grab me that Team Sebastian link, please? If one of my mods can grab that for me and text it to me, that would be great. Beddy says she's on business. Thank you, Revival. Wonder who that is. Wonder who that is. Team Sebastian, huh? Pretty fucking weird for a grown-ass adult to name their account Team Sebastian. Like, that's pretty weird. Yeah, she's not a... Granny has not... There's no criminal or civil... I mean, this is a civil filing in state court. Let's talk about that for a minute. It's a civil filing. That is all it is at this point in time. In state court. It is not federal at all. She has not been charged with any crimes. She has not been served with anything. Nothing. Thank you, Revival. Thank you. You see what they're doing. They're intentionally allowing people to misunderstand. They're intentionally misleading their audience. 100% intentionally. Of course they did, Granny. Of course they did. Of course they did. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I would appeal it too. I would appeal it. Even though they're already refunding people, I would appeal it. I still would. I know that sucks because it's just one more thing for you to do, but you haven't been charged with any crimes. There's nothing criminal here. Nothing. You're not being accused of any crimes. I mean, it's a civil filing. It's not a criminal nothing. It's fucking crazy. This is fucking nuts. All of it's nuts. Oh. And it continues. The games continue. The games continue. The whole thing has already been done? Okay. All right. Yeah, just let them know what's going on. Crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. I don't even understand this shit. Don't even understand this. This is so fucking wild. Wild. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on some of these. Oh, the games that continue to be played. For what? There's no purpose of this either. They have no purpose. Yeah, revival, that's totally fine. I'm not going to shade anybody trying to protect themselves. This is so out of control. Out of fucking control. I don't know if they give the person I don't know if they how that works with reporting. Not sure. They have to give their name in order to report it. I just don't understand. I don't understand what this is all. I mean, I do, but I don't. Good question, Kalina. Good question right there. Good question. It's a very, very interesting question because her attorney filed notice of appearance too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, chasing. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. Yeah, that's wild to me. This is just here we go again. Yep. All right, y'all. I'm gonna head out for the day. I'll be back tomorrow and we'll finish reading through the complaint and then we'll get through some of the random other exhibits in there. I'll be able to have a little bit more oomph behind me today than I do today. This is just freaking insane. All of it's just it's so unnecessary. Yeah, you guys, there's links in Granny's community section. Go over to Granny's if you're wondering what we're talking about. She put up posts and everything over there. You can follow what's going on. Granny will keep you guys updated on what's going on. And I'll figure out what's going on and have more understanding. And with Beddy, we'll just all continue to be lost per usual. Per fucking usual. Granny, I didn't even think about that being something they would do. Honestly, I guess it was just another thing that slipped my mind. Like I didn't even think that I just don't understand this shit. I just don't understand it. Makes no sense. You did, Kim. See, it wasn't even, there's just been so much other shit going on that's just so ridiculous that it's like, and who knows who it was? Who knows who it was? Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep your heads up. This is some weird shit going on out here. All of it's just there's a lot of things that are happening right now and none of them are okay. None of it. See y'all soon. Have a good night.